Royal brides, who managed to save money on their wedding, and how they did it. Even if you are a royal person and the public expects a colorful show, this doesn't mean that you won't be able to reduce some costs. It's true that members of the British royal family spend a lot of money on special occasions, especially weddings. Indeed, most of the expenses go to ensure the security of the event, and things like bride and groom outfits, along with other spectacular attributes, are usually paid from the Windsor's personal savings. In some cases, they manage to save a little. Wedding dress on coupons. When Crown Princess Elizabeth was marrying Prince Philip, her homeland was still in dire economic turmoil. In 1947, people of Britain were using coupons in their daily life. Elizabeth and Philip even thought of having a modest family wedding, believing that festivities would be inappropriate in such time. But British people convinced the heir to the throne that they longed for a real holiday and wanted to share it with their princess. The 21-year-old bride couldn't just go to the store and choose fabric for her wedding dress. She needed coupons for that. And the inhabitants of the United Kingdom began to send her their coupons for fabrics along with good wishes. Elizabeth didn't use these gifts, of course. It would be illegal to buy someone else's cards, so they were sent back. But Her Highness was actively saving her own coupons. She managed to collect 200 coupons for fabric, the government added a little more, and as a result, Elizabeth received the most delicate silk fabric, which was enough for a dress with a train almost 4 meters long. Today its cost is estimated to be $40,000, that is 10 times cheaper than Kate Middleton's wedding dress. Speaking of costs, Prince Philip also managed to cut costs. The groom, despite belonging to a noble family, did not have a penny in his pocket. Moreover, Philip didn't have the finances that would allow him to purchase an engagement ring worthy of the future queen. So the prince turned to his mother, Princess Alice of Battenberg, for help. She gave her son her tiara, the origin of which was associated with the Russian Empire. Elizabeth's 3-carat engagement ring, which Her Majesty always keeps on herself, was made from leftovers of that tiara. As for the Welsh gold wedding rings, they were a gift from the monarch. Help from a friend. It's a well-known fact that the wedding of the Prince and Princess of Wales was pretty lavish, and no corners were cut on orchestrating every part of it. The bride's dress alone, with an 8-meter-long train, precious lace and 10,000 pearls, cost £35,000. Princess Diana, fully accustomed to the status of a royal person by that moment, would later introduce her brother-in-law to her longtime friend, and soon Prince Andrew decided to marry Sarah Ferguson, who had charmed him. Alas, Sarah was a non-dowry. She wasn't marrying a future king either, so the girl couldn't count on support from the palace. Then, Fergie's friend Dee came to her aid and gave her a stunning satin fabric, from which she managed to sew a spectacular dress with a narrow bodice and puffy sleeves. There was even enough material for a train, so as a result, Sarah looked simply brilliant when standing with young and stately Andrew. Handmade makeup. Refusing the services of a makeup artist is considered to be a good trait in the royal family. Her Majesty always does her own makeup except for one day a year, and her only daughter Anna is also known for making her makeup, as well as styling hair by herself. Thus, the bride of Prince William decided that on her wedding day with His Highness, she wants to do her own makeup. There were two intentions behind that decision. The first was to bring a sense of a normality into a stressful situation, using all the same ordinary life cosmetics, and the second, to demonstrate the continuity of generations. After all, Elizabeth also did makeup before the wedding herself. In all fairness, it's worth noting that it's not known whether or not Kate managed to save money on this part of wedding expenses. The thing is, she replaced the services of a makeup artist with master classes from a professional. Arabella Preston taught the bride all the tricks to it. In addition, makeup artist Hannah Martin from Bobbi Brown created an individual face chart for Catherine, a makeup sketch that the bride adhered to. However, the investment in makeup lessons can be called justified, because the Duchess of Cambridge still prefers to prepare herself for any event on her own. Economy and ecology. This summer, one of the most unusual royal weddings took place. Firstly, the number of guests at the celebration was limited to 24 people, and secondly, the bride wore not only Her Majesty's tiara, but also a dress that once belonged to Elizabeth. The monarch gave her granddaughter, Princess Beatrice, a beautiful white dress by Norman Hartnell, made in the 1970s. It was altered to fit the Queen's granddaughter figure, and also got new sleeves added to it, which made the style of the dress truly fabulous. And speaking of style, fashion experts saw the bride of the Italian aristocrat wearing delicate Valentino shoes with straps, which the princess wore not for the first time. She was seen wearing them 9 years ago, at the wedding of her cousin Prince William. The wedding location, due to the lockdown, also was pretty modest by royal standards, the house church of the bride's parental residence. Of all the royal weddings, this seems as the most environmentally friendly and also the most economical.